Tonight, the race for a vaccine. One local man's story who's done everything he can to get the shot. And the pressure is on. With the impeachment in the rearview mirror, Congress now has its sights set squarely on a COVID relief package. Plus, the dust has settled after one of the most popular winter activities was canceled. A look at how the quest for the winter medallion went so sour.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us tonight. Last week, we shared the story of Dwayne Johnson, a 72-year-old Cloquet native who, like many others, has struggled to get a COVID-19 vaccine. Today, that all changed because of a program that rolled out in the state of Minnesota just last week. CBS 3's John Cardinelli followed Dwayne's journey today and shares his message of hope.
72-year-old Dwayne Johnson of Cloquet has been waiting months for this moment.
So, Dwayne, where are we headed to today?
We're going over to Walmart. I can get a COVID-19 vaccination there.
Last week in an interview with Johnson, we learned about his challenges getting a vaccination.
And there's this roadblock that nobody seems to want to deviate around.
The roadblock, the state of Minnesota's lottery system to get a vaccination. Johnson had to join hundreds of thousands of others vying to be picked at random, even though he arguably needed it worse than most due to his serious health issues.
One of his doctors told him, you contract it, you're going to probably die.
But now the worry can come to an end.
Well, it's a combination of excitement and relief. I'm very glad that this opportunity has presented itself, and I am thankful for it.
Through the federal retail pharmacy program, stores like Walmart and CVS in Minnesota can now offer the COVID vaccine to those 65 and older, opening up new opportunities for vaccination. Dwayne's wife Annette heard about the program and immediately signed him up.
I was lucky enough to get him an appointment.
So on Monday, Johnson walked into Walmart in Cloquet and 30 minutes later walked out with his first dose of the vaccine.
Oh, it's a relief. It feels good that that's out of the way, and I'll wait for a month and have the second one.
His wife Annette relieved as well. She says for those in similar situations, don't give up.
I would say just keep on trying. There always is a chance that there's extra dosages that aren't being used, so check with all your providers.
In a time when it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, with hope, anything is possible.
Some other good news for the Johnsons. Annette will receive her vaccination on Wednesday. Meanwhile, a Minnesota expert is forecasting a dark 14 weeks ahead in the pandemic. Michael Osterholm is an epidemiologist and infectious disease expert at the University of Minnesota. He was also a member of President Joe Biden's Transition Advisory Board on COVID-19. In an interview on CBS this morning today, he said the new COVID-19 variants could mean that the worst of the pandemic has yet to hit the U.S. Osterholm said the nation is in a race between the variants and the vaccine.
If I had to put my money right now on saving the most lives, keeping our hospitals open, operating as best they can, I would put all my vaccine in 65 years and older. And I know teachers may not want to hear that, but I think that's the right message.
The CDC issued new opening guidance for schools Friday. Osterholm says he expects schools to be able to safely operate under that advice, but expects that the COVID variants may force schools to change plans over the next few months. With former President Donald Trump's impeachment in the rearview mirror, the Biden administration is putting the pressure on Congress to pass his $1.9 trillion COVID relief package. Phil Mattingly has the details from Washington.
President Joe Biden back at the White House with one major issue off of his plate. The Senate acquittal of his predecessor clearing the way for Biden, not Donald Trump, to move to center stage. Thrusting his top priority, a $1.9 trillion coronavirus aid package, to the forefront. Lawmakers pressed to get a final proposal to his desk, underscoring a pandemic that, while improving nationwide, still sits in a harrowing place.
We are still at about 100,000 cases a day. We are still at around 1,500 to 3,500 deaths per day. The cases are more than 2.5-fold times what we saw over the summer.
The Biden administration today reopening Obamacare enrollment. The White House hoping some of the 15 million uninsured and eligible for Obamacare policies, including 9 million who qualify for federal assistance, will enroll. But Biden, in a statement, using the enrollment to pitch his cornerstone legislative goal, noting it would, quote, ramp up testing, tracing, and our national vaccination program to get shots into as many arms as possible as quickly as we can. Democrats on Capitol Hill speeding to turn the bill into law, with House Democratic leaders planning to vote next week, even without any GOP support.
As of right now, you're right, we don't have the votes to get that done.
One key plank, the $15 minimum wage, remains a tough sell with razor-thin Democratic majorities. 2 Senate Democrats already signaling opposition, leaving the key progressive priority in limbo. But Biden hitting the road this week to sell his plan. The first domestic trips for the new president. In Wisconsin on Tuesday for a CNN town hall, then to Michigan on Thursday, all as he seeks to rally the country around a plan that still lacks any GOP congressional support.
We're still working every day to see if we can earn Republican support for the plan. But what we won't do is slow down and not meet the needs of the American people by just waiting.
Now, because of the lack of Republican support, Democratic leaders have started the process to allow them to pass the bill through the Senate with just 51 votes. All right, let's go over to weather now. Dave, I was grumbling about how cold it was in Duluth this morning, but hey, it was nothing compared to parts of your neck of the woods, huh?
Yeah, east of Ely, they sure had a rude awakening. 50 degrees below zero on Snowbank Lake, which is about 25 miles east of Ely and Winton. We take a look at the data that came in from that. 50 below indeed is a new record for that neck of the woods. And we have to take our hats off to Kurt Cruzy, the official NWS observer for that neck of the woods, who recorded that bitterly cold temperature. And yeah, it's going to be cold again tonight. Actual air temps 15 to 35 below, with the wind chill factor running 30 to 40 below once again. But this should be the last bitterly cold night, because by tomorrow afternoon, the warm-up is going to get even sassier. We'll call today a warm-up, Tony, because it hit 2 above. And, you know, we only spent 4 hours above zero the past 10 days, so that was an improvement. Tomorrow, 8 above. Once we get into Wednesday, maybe 15. And a chance for a little bit of snow. We'll talk about how much coming up after a little bit of time here.
Thanks, Dave. For the last 12 years, one of the most popular parts of the Twin Ports Winterfest has been the annual medallion hunt. But this year's hunt for that medallion was abruptly canceled Friday after reports of people digging on private property, including native burial grounds in Superior. CBS 3's Ryan Campo got a first-hand look at the damage today.
Even if every clue pointed in there, I wouldn't even look in there.
Evidence of digging and heavy foot traffic left behind on native grounds in Superior after a handful of people went way too far and out of bounds while searching for the medallion. It's damage that left medallion hunters who followed the rules, like Steve Kilby of Renshaw, in disbelief.
If it was put on Skyline in Duluth, would people dig through Oneona Cemetery? You know, I mean, they wouldn't. So it's pretty frustrating.
Kilby and his wife have participated in 6 previous medallion hunts, but say the radio company did the right thing canceling the search for the medallion.
You can't be desecrating, you know, sacred lands and stuff like that. That's totally unacceptable behavior.
And now Superior Mayor Jim Payne is hoping this will force the public to educate themselves on the topic.
This is a sacred space, and it's the duty of everybody in the Twin Ports to protect this. This is all of our heritage, but it's especially the heritage of people that first settled this place.
Payne says they will add more signage to the area, but wants the appropriate signs to mark the land.
It's a historic space that we should put educational signs up. It's a cultural space. We should put cultural signs up. It should look nice. It should convey more information than no trespassing.
And while this year's hunt was called off, those who search for it year in and year out hope it will be back next year.
Not only does it get you outside in the winter, but it also gets you to look at these parks and trails that you want to hike in the summer and check out in the summer, spring, and fall.
We did reach out to Midwest Communications, but they declined to do an interview. Mayor Payne encourages all to visit the burial site, but to be respectful in the process. With all of the somber stories in the news cycle, we'd like to bring you a heartwarming one tonight. This is one about how enduring love can heal broken hearts and build bonds that can last a lifetime. Here's John Lawrenson.
In 1961, it seemed like Karen and Denny would be together forever.
After the football games or basketball games, she'd be waiting up there for me.
But life threw the teenagers a curveball. When Karen found out she was pregnant, her family took her to a home for unwed mothers. Denny was there the day their baby girl was born. They spent an hour with her, and then she was adopted.
We had a photograph taken of her, and that was the last of our memories of her.
The couple wasn't just saying goodbye to their daughter. They were also saying goodbye to each other. Being in love and inseparable made it that much harder to separate.
Never stopped thinking about it. She's a corner of my heart.
For the better part of 53 years, they lived in different parts of the country. But in 2014, curiosity got the better of Denny. He searched for Karen online, found her, and called. They talked nonstop, like time had never passed. Then Denny flew out to see Karen.
Just magic, you know.
And it did feel like nothing much had changed, including his dimples when he smiled and his sparkling eyes.
They got married 36 hours later and settled down in the Twin Cities. But life wasn't complete.
One day when he said, Karen, it took me this long to find you. My life would be complete if we could find our daughter.
With the help of Lutheran Social Services and the adoption agency, they found their daughter Jean, now 59 years old. And on a May morning in 2016, they decided to meet.
When he walked through the door and I looked at him, I was like, oh my gosh, because I've never, ever looked like anybody. Ever in life. Never.
And now you do.
And now I do.
A new life together, thanks to a love that just wouldn't quit.
The love we have for each other is absolutely second to none.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, the 2021 Birkebeiner is just about a week away, but has COVID changed how folks participate? We'll show you next.
Duluth Airport was 24 below this morning. Tomorrow morning will be just about as cold, but by tomorrow afternoon, the positive numbers creep back again, and at least for daytime highs, should stay that way for the next week. Might even crack 30 by next Monday. Well, in between, there's a couple of snow chances, which we'll talk about coming up right after this break.
Get local vaccine information all at CBS3Duluth.com.
The Filet-O-Fish is completed with a half slice of cheese. Is its bun half empty or half full? We'd say the latter.
Enjoy your favorite soft drink for $1 and 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades, built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience this award-winning lineup today. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 years straight and counting.
Now get up to $5,000 in total savings on the all-new 2021 F-150, only at your Northland Ford dealers.
In recent times, we've witnessed the brave faces of many people all over the world. Now, it's your turn to be one of them. Memorial Blood Centers is building a local and national supply of convalescent plasma to treat patients with serious or immediately life-threatening COVID-19 infections. If you have recovered from COVID-19 or tested positive for the antibodies, we need your help. To donate convalescent plasma, visit NBC.org. If you can't give convalescent plasma, you can still save lives by giving blood.
At Super One Foods, we're dedicated to delivering the best products to your family's table. Our fresh, never frozen, and hand-breaded deli chicken is made every day with the best ingredients, including our signature breading. While you visit, choose from dozens of delicious sides to accompany your meal. And don't forget about our amazing selection in our bakery. We offer fresh baked breads, rolls, and desserts fit for any occasion. You'll find quality, convenience, and craftsmanship at Super One Foods, every day delivering low prices and better choices.
As a person with a disability who values living independently and being safe,
it's great to know Access North has partnered with the Minnesota Department of Health to be a cohort community coordinator.
Please help us protect people with disabilities and other vulnerable Minnesotans of all ages from COVID-19.
Contact Access North Center for Independent Living, your local COVID community coordinator resource for people with disabilities.
The Filet-O-Fish is completed with a half slice of cheese. Is its bun half empty or half full? We'd say the latter.
Enjoy your favorite soft drink for $1 and 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for $6. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, here's a picture from our dear friend Vicki George Surgis, one of our faithful viewers, taking care of her grandchild here today. Time to go for a ride out in the cold, bundle up the baby. Baby didn't exactly like being out there, but luckily it was only a few seconds before the nice warm car took over after the door was closed. Well, yeah, bundle up your baby tonight. By tomorrow night, we could probably relax the swaddling clothes a little bit because it is going to slowly warm up over the next week. And the coldest of the cold should be gone, though there will be one more shot of it come tomorrow. Let's take a look at what's coming our way right now at Duluth International Airport. 8 below once again. 50% for the relative humidity with a north-northwest wind running 7 miles per hour. And again, gusts could go to 15, so we have a wind chill advisory for our entire region. Taking a look now at our current temperatures. Down to 10 below in Ironwood, 21 below for Hayward, 17 below in Superior and Cloquet, 18 below Moose Lake, 20 below Silver Bay. About the same for Eveleth, even colder in Hibbing, near 20 below Grand Rapids, 25 below International Falls. Again, I think the range of overnight lows by tomorrow morning goes from 15 below by the lake in general to as cold as 35 below inland. Ely probably has the best chance for getting that. That persistent cold up there has knocked out the sensor at the airport for a few days. Hopefully they get that fixed fairly soon. Doppler map, though, well, the radar in Duluth is working all right, and we're seeing a couple of clouds pop up here and there, but in general, the bitter Arctic cold, high-pressure air is putting the kibosh on the clouds pretty well, and so we're going to be looking at a lot of clear sky here tonight one more time, and a fair amount of sunshine tomorrow as we get that morning with the high-pressure Arctic air keeping us cold and sunny, but it's also keeping most of the snow away from our region. And once we get into tomorrow afternoon, a slow warm-up will begin, going towards 8 above, and by Wednesday, maybe 15 above. And an approaching low could bring us a 20% chance for some afternoon flurries. That may not add up to much, but another chance for snow could be with us by Sunday. That's a 40% chance, and it could be up there towards the tune of about an inch. So snow fans, once we shake off this cold, maybe we'll get a little bit more for you guys to pack down the trails with. Tonight in Minnesota, throw a log on the fire again. 15 to 30 below actual air temps, even 32 below or so by Ely. Clear to partly cloudy. And that holds true for Wisconsin and Michigan as well, with low temps there, 20 to 25 below. And don't forget, we've got a wind chill advisory on top of that, so be careful overnight again. Tomorrow, 10 to 13 above Wisconsin, Michigan. There's the heat wave beginning. Mostly sunny sky for the region. Minnesota high temp, 6 to 11. And then we get into Wednesday when it goes to 12. Okay, that's a small improvement, but 15 by Thursday and Friday. Then 20 on Saturday. There's the snow chance on Sunday, 25. And burning down the house, 30 degrees above zero on Monday. That's going to be about 8 degrees warmer than normal, Tony.
Lows that are above zero. Looking forward to that, Dave. Duluth's Warming Center will stay open through Sunday. It's located at the Rainbow Center in downtown Duluth and will stay open from 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. The Warming Center will be open for 24 hours on Saturday and Sunday. A Northwest Wisconsin tradition is right around the corner. The American Birkebeiner kicks off next week, but with a few twists on the decades-old race. CBS 3's Peter Kevikauskas explains.
Just like many things this year, the pandemic has forced the American Birkebeiner to make changes. This year, that means some will be racing the Birkie virtually.
And virtual Birkie is really something that's pretty crazy. There's over 40 virtual sites that we consider official sites, if you will. They've agreed to groom every day and even have course markings and things like an aid station. But on the flip side, there's also sometimes people might ski it in their backyard.
While nearly 5,000 racers will participate in the race in person here in Cable, new this year you can race virtually using your phone or GPS. and allowing you to bring the race here to the Nordic Trails at Spirit Mountain. Spirit Mountain will have designated groomed trails between February 20th and 28th for virtual race participants. Spirit Mountain Co-Director of Resort Operations John Reginald says Spirit Mountain jumped on the opportunity to host a virtual trail.
And what we have here at Spirit is some great Nordic trails, and so why would we not want to be a part of it, really? I mean, like, it's cool. The Berkey's always fun, and to be a part of that is a great thing.
Also new this year, participants will not necessarily have to ski the Berkey. You can ski, mountain bike, or swim the distance of the Berkey, to name just a few options. Organizers hope that, although different, it will still remain an enjoyable experience.
You know, when this is all said and done, hopefully everyone had an amazing Berkey experience, no matter what it was. Again, we know that it's not a one-size-fits-all Berkey this year, but whether you ski your Berkey in southern Wisconsin or northern Michigan, or you're mountain biking in California, or you kayak it in North Carolina, hopefully it was a Berkey experience that was memorable.
Virtual participants can race in their own neighborhood from the 20th through the 28th and then submit the results online. Meanwhile, the in-person events begin a week from Wednesday. Those athletes will compete on a looped course that starts and ends in Cable. No fans will be allowed this year, and we will bring you full coverage next week. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, Wisconsin's wolf hunt will start next week, but how many permits will be available to those hunters? Find out next.
CBS3 Live Cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Hello from DBS Repair, your local experts in all things basement-y. Since 2012, we've helped thousands of cabin and homeowners in Minnesota and Wisconsin. We specialize in basement waterproofing, foundation and structural repair, concrete lifting and leveling, whole home energy, nasty crawl spaces, and basement finishing too. If you have a wet basement, moldy crawl space, or sunken concrete, our team of experts have the trusted solutions to help. Call DBS today for all things basement-y.
It's the biggest free boat show going on at Link Wreck in Minot, with over 100 new and used boats and Mercury engines on display in our heated indoor showrooms. With $1,000 instant savings, like the Silver Mirage 820 Cruise CR, you save over $7,000. Something for everybody, something for every budget.
The world changed in an instant, but at MediaCom, we were ready. And as internet traffic increased, we never slowed down. Schools and businesses went virtual, and we powered a new reality. For more than 20 years, we've been building a future-ready network to keep you ahead of it all. And now, MediaCom will be among the first to take you to 10G. We're making the next giant leap forward in internet technology and taking you further than you can imagine.
I'm Dr. Mariah Scooby, and I'm a general surgeon at St. Luke's. I grew up in a small town in northern Minnesota, and I also had the opportunity to travel internationally doing medical outreach. And what was really striking was the health disparities. I was driven to become a physician to address those disparities and to bring the very best of healthcare to every person, regardless of their circumstance, background, or location.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 15 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game, so you better bundle up. Toyota.
President's Day deals are on. Right now, lease a new 2021 Sienna for $309 a month. Hurry in today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
We're in your neighborhood with news that matters to you.
For the Christmas weekend has come and gone.
A 6-month search has ended in Ashland, and folks
accepted a proposal to turn the broke-down palace building
for 2021 was set at 17. Join us weeknights for Live at 5 as we go around the Northland city by city.
RJ Sport, first annual in-house boat show, February 15th through the 20th.
Questions about the COVID-19 vaccine? Now there's an information center to provide the details you need. Get local vaccine information and the latest from the CDC, all at CBS3Duluth.com. When it matters most, turn to Live, Local, CBS3. CBS3 Sports is brought to you by St. Luke's.
We're getting a better idea of how Wisconsin's wolf hunt could look. The Wisconsin DNR board voted unanimously today to start the hunt next week. Hunters can harvest up to 200 wolves of the roughly 1,000 living in the state. The vote came as the DNR was asking an appeals court to stop the hunt. Up to 4,000 permits will be sold starting tomorrow. The wolf season will run from Monday, February 22nd through Sunday, February 28th. Still ahead in sports, a tough weekend for the Bulldogs, but the tough does not stop this week. Kelly's in next to tell us why.
The most important thing in the Chevy Equinox is not forward collision alert or automatic emergency braking. No, the most important thing in the Equinox isn't any of the advanced safety features we've put into it. It's what you put into it. Chevy Safety Assist, standard on every 2021 Chevy Equinox.
Get a $4,000 cash allowance on most 2021 Equinox models. Plus, current Chevy owners with an eligible GM credit card get an additional $1,750 total allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Complying with national guidelines is made easy with the CEDA's commercial touchless forehead thermometer. The instant read LCD digital display yields an accurate body temperature reading from 2 to 4 inches within half a second. From schools, offices, shops, and all other public places, keep yourself safe and compliant with a hands-free thermometer that's easy to install and easier to use. Visit www.cedusonline.com. That is CETUSonline.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. It's time to welcome the new year with the bath of your dreams. With our Say Goodbye to 2020 sale, we're offering 20% off labor, 20% off material, and no interest, no payment, and zero down until 2022. All of our products are backed with the Good Housekeeping seal of approval and a lifetime warranty. For a free estimate, call us today or visit us online at bathplanet.com. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
Hi, John with Prime Appliance, and this is one of the best times of the year to buy appliances because manufacturers are sending us their new models weekly, and we need the room, so we're closing out last year's models at rock-bottom prices. Save now on this Frigidaire laundry pair with an electric dryer, just $12.98, or this oversized capacity Samsung set in black stainless, now only $16.49. Financing always available. Have our pros deliver and install or take it home today. Prime Appliance is the best place to buy your appliances.
This school year and the last have been unreal. So thanks, moms and dads, for sharing your precious bandwidth with our class. We will get through this. But in the meantime, our educators are grateful for everything you do.
This school year and the last have been unreal. So thanks, students, for introducing us to your study buddies. We'll get through this. But in the meantime, our educators are grateful for your perseverance.
Did you know there are changes you can make in your everyday life to reduce your risk of Alzheimer's disease and dementia? Eating healthy, sleeping well, staying physically active, reducing stress, socializing, and exercising your mind can all help. At the Wisconsin Alzheimer's Disease Research Center at UW-Madison, scientists study treatments and lifestyle interventions for Alzheimer's disease. Learn about reducing your risk at adrc.wisc.edu. This message is sponsored by the Wisconsin Alzheimer's Disease Research Center. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
The most decorated boys hockey program in the state of Wisconsin will once again be represented at the state tournament this season. Superior will be making their 38th trip to the state tournament, but for the first time in Division II. After a dramatic overtime win over Rice Lake in the sectional finals this past Friday, the Spartans are making their first appearance at state since winning it all in 2015, the longest state tournament drought they've ever had. It was a stretch of almost for 5 seasons, coming up 1 goal short to Hudson in 2019 and being eliminated in the semifinals by Hayward last season. Head coach Jason Kalin has seen this group grow since they were playing mites and says they're ready for a big moment.
They haven't won many. You know, not a lot of tournament victories. They won plenty of games. They just didn't win, big stuff. And I think for them to kind of get over the hump, this was a huge game for us, a huge moment, like you said, in their mindsets that I think this is going to pay dividends moving forward this year and then also into next year. We feel blessed that we're going back, and these kids deserve it. State won't be played in Madison this year. Instead, the semifinals will be played at various
arenas around the state of Wisconsin, and the finals will come together this weekend in Wisconsin Rapids. Superior is the 2 seed and will act as the home team on Thursday against Lakeland. The game will be played in Spooner this coming Thursday. The road doesn't get any easier heading into UMD's next task. This past weekend, the team gave up 8 goals and were pretty much silenced on offense. UMD managed to put 1 puck into the back of the net this weekend against Western. The Broncos completely shut the Dogs down offensively, who were 0 for 6 on the power play through a pair of games. Western is a tough team, and the Bulldogs were competitive both nights, but at the end of the day, this is the time of year where teams need to be playing their best hockey.
It's time to play big boy hockey. It's that time of the year, right? Played a team that I thought, just had played a great weekend of hockey. Their goalie was sharp. I thought they played well as a team. I think every guy, they did a lot of things really well that made it difficult. That's the message. We got to be committed, and we have a good team too, but we've got to all be committed to doing certain things and being a hard team to play against.
UMD falls to number 8 in this week's latest USCHO poll. Boston College remained in the top spot this week, grabbing 29 first-place votes. The Eagles were followed by the University of North Dakota, Minnesota State Mankato, the University of Minnesota, Wisconsin, St. Cloud State, Michigan, then UMD, then Omaha, and then Massachusetts. The Bulldogs sit at 12-7-2 this season and are joined by UND, St. Cloud, and Omaha as the 4 NCHC conference clubs to make this week's USCHO poll. It's a quick turnaround for the men's hockey team. This Thursday, they'll get the rematch of a game that was postponed from the pod in Colorado College. That is a home game that you can catch on My9 Sports at 6:00 p.m. The UMD women are also back in action this weekend after having its series halted due to COVID issues within the MSU Mankato program. Both Fridays and Saturday's game against the Mavericks will be on My9 Sports. We also have high school hockey on tap for tomorrow night. On the My9 Sports Network, Hermantown will host Duluth Denfeld for the first time this season. Puck drop for that game is at 7:00 p.m. And that's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health St. Mary's Heart and Vascular Center. Don't avoid care during COVID-19. Ask your doctor how to stay heart healthy.
At Miners National Bank of Eveleth, we know it takes knowledge, dedication, and teamwork to be the home loan experts. With over 115 years and 4 family generations, we have proven we have the experience to be the best in the business. For your first or next home loan, call the experts you can trust at Miners National Bank. Their teamwork is unmatched, and they will bump out any rough spots along the way. Make your house a home with Miners National Bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Greg ended up being a fantastic candidate for a partial knee replacement. We have the advantage here at Memorial Medical Center to use Corey, which is a robotic platform for doing knee replacement. In Greg's case, the system allows us to go in, we do a 3D mapping of his actual knee. Then we can do a simulated knee replacement where we can change the size of the components, the type of component that we're going to put in. We can change the position of the components in 0.5 millimeter increment and 0.5 degree. It gives us a level of input and information that we never had before.
Please help us protect people with disabilities and other vulnerable Minnesotans of all ages from COVID-19.
Access North has partnered with the Minnesota Department of Health to be a COVID community coordinator.
We all want to get back to normal as soon as possible, so please help us stop the spread by doing the right things to protect ourselves and others.
Contact Access North Center for Independent Living, your local COVID community coordinator resource for people with disabilities.
Last year, when people were going hungry, Subaru and our retailers donated 50 million meals to Feeding America. And yet, 1 in 4 children may still face hunger. So as part of our love promise, Subaru and our retailers are doing it again, donating an additional 100 million meals to help those in need. Love, it's never been needed more than right now. Subaru, more than a car company.
At Ralph Eye Care Specialists, we help your family see well. We check your child's need for glasses, and we screen for problems which are best treated early in life. We test your parents for diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma. These often have no early symptoms, so regular eye exams are important. And we care for you, providing routine and emergency care for your lifetime. Call now to schedule an appointment at Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men, celebrating 30 years in business in 2021 with 30% off store-wide, downtown Duluth.
All right, Dave. I don't even want to talk to you right now. It's just going to be cold, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got this nailed down by this point, I think.
Day 10 of the Arctic cold snap, but it should finally start to break tomorrow afternoon. Today was a little teaser with 2 above. Tomorrow, 8 above, 4 times better, with sunshine to boot. We just start at about 15 to 30 below again tomorrow morning. But then come Wednesday, 12 above, might be warm enough for a few flurries. 15 for Thursday, Friday, 20 on Saturday, 25 with a light snow chance Sunday, and then 30 by Monday, out of the freezer and towards the frying pan.
All right, I'll talk to you with a forecast like that. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow.